Ready? Okay, let's be honest. Some of us have had a habit in the past of creating books we're excited about that didn't sell. And we're so excited about it, we're thinking, why isn't this selling? I'm excited about it. In this video, I'm breaking down the 4 steps to prepare a book to be a bestseller. My name is Jenny Hanson Lane. I'm a digital marketer, course creator, building passive income stream, with KDP being one of those incomes. If you're tired of creating books that don't sell, I want you to watch this video because the 4 steps that I'm taking you through, there might be 5, there might be one at the end, have really changed the course of my income stream. So let's dive in. I want to talk to you about Medium content because this is a really important aspect of KDP. I've had a lot of people recently message me on different social media platforms and tell me that their KDP accounts have been terminated, and a lot of them were doing low content. And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a conspiracy hat. I don't wear a conspiracy hat often. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll make one. You let me know if we should make one together on a video, how to make a conspiracy hat. But medium content is defined as no repeated pages. So while I'm not telling you to avoid low content altogether, be really thoughtful about the type of low content that you make so that it is, this video also works for low content. But for the record, if you're new to Kindle Direct Publishing, medium content means coloring books, planners that have different things on each page, workbooks, activity books, maze books, math books, so many different things. If they have repeated pages like lined notebooks, lined journals, they are low content. Okay. If you have medium content, if you're publishing medium content, you'll also be assigned an ASIN. That's Amazon's directory of books, also like a ISBN. Okay. So now that you know what a medium content is, let's talk about how to create a best-selling medium content book. Here are the creation stages that I use and that have helped me. The most important thing is validated keywords. This is the opposite of creating something that you're really excited about without doing your research. I was there a year ago, last January. I created all these journals, you guys, and I put them up there like, oh, these are going to sell. They didn't sell at all because I didn't do the work to make a best-selling book. Validated keywords, okay? We're going to talk about low competition. We're going to talk about my framework for keyword funneling, and we're going to talk about positioning. So let's go through these one by one so you understand, like, oh, I actually am missing this element to make it a best-selling book. Or, oh, I could position this book better. Or, oh, I could work on keyword funneling, okay? So validated keywords. These are things that are in demand. These are things that are searched for. And I think this is the biggest mistake that we make as a new publisher on Kindle Direct Publishing, is that we create books that we're excited about and not anybody else. Now, this is across the board, so don't let it hurt your feelings. I've created programs in my business as a coach and a course creator that did not sell because I was more excited about what it did for me than the customer. And that's the hard truth when a book isn't selling. What is missing inside of the creation stages to get this book off the ground in the cart and delivered to your customer's home? It needs to be in demand. You have to find books that people are actually searching for. And the only caveat to this, as I've been working with bigger influencers, is if you have a huge email list or you have a huge audience of social media, then you most certainly can come up with those ideas where people aren't searching for it. And you can even create validated keywords out of the things that you created because you have an army behind you. Okay. Now, that's not the case for a lot of people that are beginning with publishing. And so it's important to follow the clues of success. And the clues of success are validated keywords. Okay. So the most important thing that I like to look for is I want to be able to find something that's searched quite a bit. I want to find something over 5K, but I'm going to show you a framework that gets you to this number. If you look up one and it's just not there for you, but you really want to publish, so stay tuned for the next couple steps in this video. Also, if this is something that you've done before, go ahead and hit like on this video so I know that we're on the same page, that you understand that validated keywords is the first step of the creation stages. And let's talk about the Bible really quick. There's 2 different stories in the Bible of the creation. The first one is when it was spiritually created, and the second one when it was physically created. So our validated keywords, it's kind of like the spiritual creation of our book. Like, So stop making books without souls. Is that like too morbid to say? But when we make a book that's not validated, we're creating a physical product that's not based off of data. Let's base it off of data. Low competition. This is a really important one because this is how you want to take over the niche. So you want to avoid books, you want to avoid categories that have thousands of reviews, right? Like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Like, don't try to make a coloring book like that. At the next phase of this stage creation in this video, I'm going to show you the way around that, avoiding thousands of reviews. Because the second part of that is avoiding tens of thousands of books, right? When you look up something just in Amazon search bar and you go to books under categories instead of all, it can be really discouraging when you see something that has 5,000 for that keyword. Like, okay, that's a keyword you don't want to use. You want to get more niche down than that. So this is an important element of the creation stages, because if you're creating something that's already in demand, it already has thousands of reviews, it already has thousands of books, especially on the first and second page. Help me understand why someone's going to look through the third and fourth page of one keyword and find your book. It is so incredibly hard to do that. And so if you're okay with being on the third or fourth page, then I would say we need to evaluate what your goals are, because people don't typically look through many pages of books. Sorry, they don't look through many search pages for something specific. People are more likely to go search a new keyword. Okay. So picking that dominant keyword is important, that it anchors under low competition. And I've met with a couple of you that have books that you're really excited about, and I'm so excited for you. I just think the creation stages are so important that I will redo things to make sure that it works, because it gets really discouraging when you spend so much time on a book and it doesn't go anywhere. Low competition. And the most important thing I want you to ask yourself, or I'll ask you, can you compete in quality? Is if this is a validated keyword and there is low competition and you think your book can get on the first page, are there books already out there that are in good quality that you're like, I don't know that I can make something better than that? Can you hire it out? Right? Can you find someone on Fiverr to do it? If you cannot answer yes to this, then you've got to go back through the creation stages into the spiritual creation, the validated keyword section, to find something that is going to resonate with the idea that you already have in your book and for your book. And I started Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill yesterday, and I have 1 hour left on the audiobook, and it's just really apparent to me the power of an idea. So when we talk about like validated keywords, it's really important step. And I think it's great if you have ideas that, of things that you want to publish. But for you to have the best selling book, we need to have the creation stages nailed down. Okay. And then think about what features can you add if there is, if you're like, I'm going to compete anyway, there's thousands of reviews and thousands of books, like I can compete in quality. One up it with your features, add more features that make it more attractive. Okay. And then also pay attention to when a book was released. If there's a book that has been selling for a long time, maybe there's a way that you could create something new and improved. I think that is, we could do a whole YouTube video on that. If you need that, I want you to subscribe to this video, but then I want you to write release date video. And let's talk about the strategy of targeting books that are old and books that are new, because there is power behind that. Okay, keyword funneling is something that I teach in a lot of my courses, but essentially what I'm doing here is I'm researching all the similarities for a validated keyword and I'm collecting those together. I'm actually teaching this again this Monday night in the course Strictly Niche Night, and it's really powerful. So I'm taking all of my keywords and I'm stacking them together to be able to strengthen my creation stage, right? The last part is positioning. This is how I want my book to be perceived on Amazon. The question begs, like, how are you different? How is this book different? You got inspired because you saw a best-selling book. You went out and you made your quality better. You put better features in it. But what makes yours so different? This is a really important aspect of creating a best-selling book is that it's something that's not out there yet because you made something different. And I like to talk about positioning with targets because this really changed my income stream when I started using ads. But I started learning about how the algorithm works for ads, and you can actually show your books as a substitute, as a loose match, as a close match, and as a complement. And what I started to do in my account in my bookshelf, I started using the creation stages, and then when I got to positioning, writing this down on paper, I thought, how can I create this as a complement book to something already selling really well? And now my book is being picked up with another bestseller, but I only created it because of that inspiration and the positioning. So I want you guys just to think about that, the power, the creation stages for a best-selling book. When you put the work in up front, it is really, really powerful. These are the foundations that I've used over and over, and then ads. Ads has always been the icing on the ice cream cake because without it, it was really hard. As you guys know, I was able to make or create a best selling book for my high content book, Radical Authenticity Guide. When I launched it, it was #1 in digital marketing, #1 in global marketing, but it didn't stay forever. It's not my main moneymaker because I didn't go through the creation stages because I hadn't learned those. I hadn't mastered those. I did that through Medium content. So now I have another challenge to write my next book and make sure that I spiritually build it out so physically it does better. So I've done this, but I with high content I haven't used ads. So that's one big difference there in my business with high content. So I just wanted to invite each of you to Strictly Niche Night, where we are talking about keyword funneling, we're stacking, we're coming up with a lot of different niches for you to really decide like, hey, where do I really want to position myself? And this is a great opportunity because it's over the shoulder. I'm going to be sharing my screen and going through free ways to look up keywords, 2 free ways to look up keywords, 2 ways to look up with paid products or software. And then I will be giving you lifetime access to this. There's live coaching, so you can pop in questions about your own niches. And it's just the power to niche down. If anything ever happens, you know how to create a book. Love you guys. Please like and subscribe so I know what videos are working for you. And looks like YouTube's suggesting this one for you. Love you guys. See you in the next